that was it. Like, I just said bye to him. There it is. Hey friends, happy Monday and welcome back to my channel. I am finally taking a break from all the packing. I did my hair and my makeup. We're going to go get dinner with one of Jack's former professors from college. So he's getting ready and I thought what better time to come on and vlog. And then now as I'm like kind of put together, I feel like the past 4 or 5 vlogs, I've just looked like a disaster and a mess. So here I am at my prime. So as I'm packing, I am also trying to pack my car with things that are gonna make our new apartment feel like home. Most of our stuff is staying in Murfreesboro for 2 months until Jack finishes basic training. But I knew I wanted to bring a couple things that are gonna be like, okay, this is my home, I'm living in it, and I wanna enjoy it. So if you know me, you know I love flowers. Just this past weekend, we were in Nashville, and we got these flowers. Ignore this because we packed all of our vases, so we had to resort to a cup. But like the one thing I noticed is that these flowers died so quickly. Like look at this one. We just bought these maybe 3 or so days ago. Recently, a company called Rose Forever reached out to me wanting to gift me some roses to talk about on my YouTube channel. And what really got me with them is because they have roses that last for over a year. So here are the stunning roses. I wanted to say thank you so much to Rose Forever for sending me these. I can't wait to bring them to our new place. Look how pretty they are. I mean, you just can't go wrong with roses. I think they're so classic and beautiful, and I think they're gonna look so nice on any one of our countertops. I'm not gonna have a lot of decorations when I move there, so I'm excited to bring this along because it's small and I can just pack it in my car with me. So a little bit more about the brand Rose Forever. These roses are 100% natural fresh roses, which include roses from Ecuador, which are known for being one of the best quality roses in the world. And again, they last for over a year. This is just one of the stunning styles they have. I'm gonna give you a look at their website. You can see they have tons of options. They have round, square, and even heart-shaped boxes in many sizes from 9 to 49 roses per box. They also have crystal boxes, which have a drawer for keeping jewelry in, and I almost got that one, but I went with the pink on pink because I am a pink girly. All the flowers are allergen-free, and the company only uses natural oils to preserve the roses, so no chemicals. And again, they last over a year. So if you're in the market needing to get someone a present, maybe for your mom, maybe for your grandma, or even just gifting this to yourself, a nice little house present, I think you can't go wrong. And I'm gonna have a $20 off coupon code in the description box below. Guys, they're so stinking cute. I love them. I can't wait to put them on my counter.
Oh my God! This gentleman right here, you'll see him on TV a lot. He recently won the position for the Hellcats drum and bugle. What is it? What's it called? The Hellcats what?
West Point Hellcats.
West Point.
West Point.
Yeah.
Hellcats.
Nice. Awesome. Congrats.
It's date night. We are celebrating 2 months being engaged. How's it feel? How's it feel?
Way different. 1 month and 29 days. You know, compared to now, it's massive difference.
Isn't it such an honor to be engaged to me?
Such an honor.
Such an honor. So we're going to one of our first date spots. It's called Arrington Vineyards. It's super cute. We're gonna get a wine, and you can bring your own food to this place, which we love because the way we did it our first time we were here, we got a pub sub. You know, our favorite. If you know, you know. If you haven't had a pub sub in your life, you're missing out.
Explain where it's from.
Arrington?
No. For the pub sub.
Oh, pub sub. It's a Publix sub. So Publix is a grocery store, if you don't know what Publix is, because they don't have them everywhere. I learned that the hard way. But you get them from the deli. We do spicy buffalo chicken tender pub sub on a foot long, and then we split it in half, and we do the multi-grain bread. So good. I will show a picture of it. I've had it on here a couple times. You guys have definitely seen me eat it and Jack eat it, but we love to be able to bring our own food because we just sit on the little picnic table. We'll buy a bottle of wine from Arlington and pair it with our pub sub, and it's so stinking good. And it's our like first date kind of thing, except we're engaged now. The pub sub is secured. Walk into the car. I think we might miss sunset. I hope we don't. I'm gonna miss Publix so much. Oh, can't even see the sign. There she is. Why can't New York have a Publix? Waffle House from the Jonas Brothers just make me so happy, but we just made it to Arlington. So cute. We're making it just in time for sunset. My favorite part of the day. I'm so excited. We are here. We got our wine, and now we're about to eat our pub subs. First bite feeling. I watched that fall out of your mouth. Guys, I'm so sad because I just finished my last burn boot camp workout. This is it. Like, there's no burn boot camp when I moved to New York. So I just did my last Saturday. It was a like strength kind of day, and I said bye to the trainer, and it was like, see ya. He was like, I guess I'll never see you again, and that's how it ended. But we are a couple days away from the big move. Car is loaded, as you can see. Date night ended up pretty good last night. I mean, it kind of was cut short, which sucked because we missed, like, when we got there, like, sunset was already happening, and then they closed like not even an hour after. So I felt like it was just very rushed. I feel like I didn't even get like all the clips of Arlington. Like, if you're ever in the Nashville area, I really recommend checking it out. It is one of our favorite spots, and the wine is so amazing. You can get some and open it there. Sorry, there's an ambulance. Okay, you can get some and open it there, or you can take a bottle home, and they're like pretty good prices. I think we paid like 20 bucks for a bottle, so not bad. I'm gonna miss Arlington, but now I am on my way back. Just got a workout in. It's 10 a.m. Jack went for a run. I went to burn, and then his roommate is actually cooking breakfast. He's making biscuits and gravy, and he's like homemaking the biscuits. So I guess it's good I got a workout in, because that is not going to be a healthy breakfast. After that, Jack and I are just trying to spend as much time as possible. I think we're going to go get my car an oil change just to be super safe for the ride. And then I kind of want to clean out the outside and the inside. There's just dust. Like, my car is not clean. Like, so much dust. I do a terrible job at keeping the inside clean. Need to work on that if I ever get a new car, but that's that. I'm getting kind of sad, but I'm really trying to like not be like a wreck in front of him. Like, I just want to give him the well wishes, tell him I'm gonna be okay. He's the one who has to like physically go through boot camp. But yeah, we're just trying to soak in all the time we have left together, and soon enough the 10 weeks will be done, but it's gonna be tough. I'm just kind of ready to get this part over with. There it is. Look how amazing. Homemade biscuits and gravy by the one and only. Okay, so you guys heard it earlier in the vlog, Jack's professor explaining while he was on stage what his new job is going to be and all the exciting things that come along with it. But I wanted you guys to hear it from the man himself, Jack, because I've had a couple of you guys ask, like, is he in the Army? Is he a civilian? Like, why does he need to be in the Army to do this? So I'm going to have him explain all this, because I know I've had a couple of you guys inquire, and I hope you guys are interested in this part, because this is probably the last time you're going to see Jack on the vlog for 10 weeks.
Mm-hmm. So I leave for basic combat training in 3 days, which is the mandatory initial training stage for when you join the Army. No, I was not in the Army prior, but because I won this job, I will be joining the Army. There are only a few special bands in the Army, and there's only a few in each branch of the military. So, for example, the band that I'm going to be a part of is the West Point Band, specifically the Hellcats, and it's the oldest field music group in the nation. There's always been a band at West Point, the military academy, so it's been around for a long time. I couldn't give you the exact number of years, but some of what my duties are going to be daily are going to be marching the cadets and doing the breakfast, lunch, and dinner formations, which is where they all get into their basically parade blocks and take attendance, literally a parade formation, to take attendance and make sure that everyone is in spot. And that takes like 20 minutes, so we're playing music that whole 20 minutes. A lot of it's very old school stuff, very historical music that's been around for a while, and I play on a rope tension drum. There's one fife and one bugler usually for those smaller shows. The other events that we would do is make appearances with the other members of the West Point Band for larger concerts, or travel to New York City or other places to represent the Army. Sometimes traveling around the country and sometimes to other countries, but it's all on a case-by-case basis depending on the year and the people in command and everything else. So my full-time job will be a performer and representative of the Army through field music.
But to get to this spot was really difficult, and it was definitely a journey, and I feel like I was on part of that journey with you. I mean, it's not easy, like, to just audition for this. You have to create a tape, buy a video, and then you send it in, and then you get an invitation to audition in person. And that is like so stressful. Like, I felt like very stressed, and I wasn't even the one doing it. But like, tell them what you had to do to like get this spot. I mean, because there was guys going after this spot with Jack who were like also just as amazing. And I mean, it comes down to like the littlest things, like how high your drumstick is, or I don't know, I'm not the musician here, but I mean, like, it's tough to get it. And like, I know he won't talk about it, but I'll say it, because like, he really won this, and it was really tough.
So this was my third audition for a group like this. The first two were with the Old Guard, Fife and Drum Corps out of Washington, D.C., another very prestigious group.
It's also Army-based.
Also Army. So I've been planning to join the Army for some time, just depending on when I made one of these groups. And, you know, initially that I intended to be Old Guard, and both times that I auditioned about a year apart from one another, I was the runner-up for those, which is tough. But when this West Point gig was open, I was in the process of doing my second audition for the Old Guard. I didn't really spend any time thinking about it because I was just trying to put all my eggs in the Old Guard basket. And actually, if you're watching the McGregor documentary on Netflix, that somebody asked him, like, what do you like think about, like, if you were to lose or something like that? They asked him that, and he says, I can't even imagine that. And that's kind of like how I had to treat all of these auditions. Mm-hmm. You know, I can't spend any time thinking about what if until it's happened. So the, you know, verdict came down in the Old Guard, and I had basically a week to turn in a video for a preliminary audition for the Hellcats, for the West Point Hellcats.
That was tough.
So I spent basically the whole week and a lot of the nights up in the band hall, the band room that I work at during the school year, or did work at, putting together this tape, you know, playing a lot of different instruments to prove that, you know, I was one of the ones that they would call, I was qualified to be one of the ones that they would call back for a more specific audition, maybe like with a finer comb per se. And it worked out, you know. Got a call from Sergeant Andrew Porter and said, we liked your stuff and come up. And from there,
it was a good day.
Yeah, it was.
It was stressful because he was prior a high school band director, but his dream was always to perform. That's what his master's degree's in, music performance, and then his your bachelor's in music education. So like he's always wanted to perform. He's always like seen, you know, the Hellcats or the Old Guard and that kind of style, and like wanted to do that. So like the main reason he's joining the Army is for the Hellcats. And so yeah, he's going to basic training at 29 years old, but it's like for this job. And once he gets out, he's a pretty high rank, and that's like how prestigious this job is. Like it's not just handed out to people, which is like why when he got this, it was like the biggest deal in the world. So
a lot of people ask if I'm on the officer side or the enlisted side. I will be enlisted. I won't be like going in as an officer, but I will be enlisted at a higher rank.
Yeah. No, it's going to be fun. And I mean, like, that was really like, it was either he's getting this job and we're moving to New York for this job, or we were moving to Florida. Like, that was it. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, we were leaving Tennessee, we were leaving Cincinnati, and that was what was going to be it. And then it all worked out and it all fell into place. And I feel like you guys have been following my job search and all that, but like what you didn't see, because I didn't have a YouTube channel, was like just him grinding to get this job. And like finally it worked out like on the third try, and really like he suffered like the 2 gut punches of being the runner-up or being like, I don't want to say second best, but like one person just like was just a little bit better, and like finally it was his time. And so it just a good feeling.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think like those other 2 auditions, I learned a lot during those auditions, because the first time I went to that audition, it was like, you know, I was just trying this thing for the first time, and I had a lot of like prerequisite knowledge to do it, but you know, just learning kind of like where you stand and things that could have been better. You get a full rubric feedback from those auditions. Really great opportunities for me. So they weren't empty opportunities for sure. And the guys that won those positions were, you know, extremely phenomenal. So,
and that's the good thing. Like they're all like so close. Like even the dudes who made it.
Yeah,
like,
we're all still really
like they all talk, and like
it's not like a tooth and nail type audition.
Yeah.
It's funny because it is. You are really like splitting
hairs,
decimals
really.
with the people that you're competing with, but the auditionees are not. It's not like negatively competitive. Like the talk, we all have each other's phone numbers, and honestly, when I was doing this Hellcats audition, 2 of the people that I sent my videos to give feedback were these people that won these spots the past 2 auditions, and you know, just talking with them, and they both gave me some of the best feedback. So
right. So and then they actually just held another audition for the Hellcats because another 2 spots opened, and then so some of those guys who were in that last round with Jack ended up reaching back out to Jack. So it's kind of like a nice like learning cycle, but it's just this like such a tight-knit group that like it's so hard to explain unless you're in it. And like I kind of get it because I did do band for a little bit, not to the caliber that Jack is at now or to the caliber of like the West Point band, but I mean that's our yeah, we marched in the Cadets Drum and Bugle Corps together, and that was like how we met. And
that's extremely tough to make. She's not giving herself enough credit.
But I mean, music, I didn't pursue music as like my livelihood. Like music was always my passion. I played the French horn for a lot of you guys have commented, because a couple of you guys know what drum corps is, and I love the people who comment and they're like, what corps did you guys march? And that is like, we marched 2 summers together, and that's how we met each other like 10 years ago. And then he came back into my life. Slid right into the DMs. But yeah, that's a little bit more about Jack's job. Today's Sunday. He leaves today's Saturday. He leaves Monday. He has to be at the hotel, and then they take the bus Tuesday morning, and it's crazy. Like it doesn't feel real. Like the whole apartment's packed now. I know I've showed you guys a little bit of our packing journey, and we're definitely getting there. Slowly but surely.
Yep.
How are you feeling going into basic?
It's weird. I was more like notably nervous, physically nervous for the audition, but I think the stress, the subliminal stress of getting ready for basic is obviously taking a toll on me.
Yeah.
I'll spare the details, but it's
oh God, you don't want to know the details. Well, like even like he's like breaking out a little bit, and like he never breaks out, and every time I ask him like how are you feeling, he's like I feel fine, but like I think just knowing you're about to walk into boot camp or like what it all is seemingly out to be on the TV, and like we know that's not really what it's going to be like, but like you're literally picking up your life. Like we're not going to be able to see each other for 10 weeks. That's one thing. We're literally going to be writing letters. He's going to call me if I'm lucky, you know.
Like I can feel it in my stomach. Like I can feel like some big change is about to happen.
Well, that's more of Jack's job. Obviously, once he starts doing it, we'll share a little bit more. I shared like the first time when we went and visited. I'll put it in the description box below. I'll link back to that video. Is like when we were in the West Point area. So you can watch that, and I show like the formation of like what Jack will be doing when he's playing for the cadets. Because okay, another big question I'm getting is like, will Jack be going to West Point? Because West Point's a college. Like, no, Jack already has his college degree, has his master's degree. He will not be a student at West Point. Those people are amazing, and it's a very, very smart, very tough school to get into. Jack is just part of the band, and the band is like a job that's stationed there, if that makes sense. All right, this is the final part of storage. This is all of our stuff in it. We have nothing more. We sold the bed. We sold his dresser. That's it. That's our life. And this one's going to basic training.
Yes.
I'm not ready. But we will hopefully get all this stuff by August. And today we're saying goodbye. The Jetta is clean. We got the inside clean, the outside cleaned. We got an oil change. I got my tire filled with air. She is ready for the ride to New York. Except my head. Oh yeah, Jack changed my headlights. He was so excited about that. But guys, I can't even make this up. This is like embarrassing how much I have this packed to the brim, and I don't even think I can open my trunk because it is so bad. Like I'm even using like, this is like sauce, like kitchen marinade sauce, but you know, I'm just trying to bring everything I can, and I still have to magic, like that's Jack's backpack, so he'll take that, and then I can probably move that backpack to the front, but I have to put my dad's luggage here and his backpack. So will we make it? That's the looming question. So everything's packed and we're on our way to Nashville because that's where Jack's hotel is, so he has to be there by 9. And I'm gonna check into my hotel because I am starting the drive with my dad in about 2 days. So this is it. This is the final day, the final hours. It's 11:39 right now. We have till 9 p.m. We just said bye to his roommate, Chun. They took a picture right in front of the apartment. How you feeling?
It's bittersweet. Like Murfreesboro's been great. A lot of memories made here. Chun's the best roommate I've ever had. I think, you know, like just easy. Like we're kind of the same person in a lot of ways, so we get each other. But I'm excited to slim down a little bit at boot camp, and you know, the ergonomics of living with her is going to be better. Just like, you know, like streamlining kind of our cleanliness and our schedule and everything. It'll be nice. So
yeah, we've really been looking forward to the point where we cannot do distance anymore, be in the same state, and just living under the same roof with all of our belongings, and not like a temporary living together. And you know, while it's been awesome like hanging out and like living with Chun and them, I'm just ready for our spot and our chapter. And we've been like waiting for this day to like for him to leave to basic training. I'm just kind of ready to rip the band-aid off at this point. I'm tired of like doing the mental countdown. it's like mentally exhausting, you know, like just waiting and waiting and waiting, because like we've really been waiting for him to get this job. Like we knew he was going to do this at some point, someday. We knew he was going to make it. Like he was so close, and then he finally made it. And then they were like awesome to wait for him to finish his, you know, school year out with the kids, because he was a band director. And now it's like, okay, we're finally going. And I don't know, it's been emotional, like for sure. Like I'm obviously not vlogging like the emotional parts of it, because like no one wants to see me crying or whatever. But yeah, I just am ready for like, I mean, I'm not ready for him to go. I'm not. But like I know it's happening, so I'm just ready for the Band-Aid to be ripped off. I'm ready to get your first letter. And hopefully soon enough it'll be August. I think like we counted it out. If all goes as planned, I think he'll be graduating the second week of August, but we'll see. I guess there's like, you know, the preliminary things with like the shots, the dental, the health, like the doctor visit, all that kind of stuff when you first get to basic training. Reception, that's the word. So I don't know how long that's gonna take. I also don't know how long it's gonna take to get his first letter. And like I also hope I'm gonna be like in Cold Spring, like in New York, when I get that letter, because I'm not gonna be back in New York until like after the first week of June's done, because I'm going back to Florida for a second. So I just hope I don't miss anything, you know, with your communication. But tell them what you're gonna do when you get your first phone call to talk to your to tell your family that you're there.
I'm calling Dad. He's gonna be the most emotionally fastened to handle it. So.
I told him, I'm like, because you know when you get to basic training, you have to like call and read the little script. It's like, I've arrived safe to Fort Jackson, whatever the script may be. I'm not in the military, but I know you have to read something. And I was like, please don't call me, because I'm gonna cry. So he's calling his dad, because I think if he calls his mom, she'll cry. If he calls me, I'll cry. So my father-in-law, soon-to-be father-in-law, his dad, that's gonna be the call. And then he'll let us know. So yeah, we're basically heading into Nashville. We're gonna spend the rest of the day together, and that'll be that. I guess I'll check back in when he's gone. Want to say anything to YouTube before you leave?
See you in 10 weeks.
See you in 10 weeks.
We'll have a lot of catching up to do on the vlog.
For sure. Well, that's it. I just said bye to him. I've been crying like all day. This is so hard. I told myself I wasn't gonna vlog and come on here, but like I feel like this is like how this one ends, because obviously like that was it. Like I just said bye to him. He'll get his phone for like tomorrow, like while he's driving to Fort Jackson, so I guess I'll be able to talk to him a little more. But it sucks. Like I was telling him, I was like, I wish you did this when you were 18 so we didn't have to go through this now, because like he's 29, and I guess it's kind of late to go through basic training at 29. Like a lot of the kids that we saw there when he was checking in, they all looked young. Even his roommate right now in the hotel, he's like 18, just graduated high school. So just a different world, I guess. But hopefully he'll be good. And I guess like now is the countdown. It's just like, okay, we have 10 more weeks or 9 weeks, 4 days, whatever. And that'll be that. So yeah, I don't have much to say right now. It just sucks. And yeah. Okay, I stopped and composed myself. Yeah, I will share much more about these 10 weeks, these gruesome 10 weeks. He's going to be sending lots of letters. I'll read what I can. I will obviously be very excited with the weeks leading up to his basic training graduation. If you guys have any tips along the way, you know, I'd love to hear them. I appreciate all the ones that I've gotten so far. I've had a couple of you guys, especially like Army, or not even Army, just military spouses. It's really, really nice to hear from you guys. So I'm all ears and would love to hear everything that you guys have to say. And thank you in advance for supporting and sharing nice comments on my channel. I really, really appreciate it. And I just like hearing from you guys. So let me know what you guys want to hear on Jack's journey, on my journey through this all. I guess I'll navigate it as I go. I've never like really dealt with this. So, you know, having my best friend, my person, my fiance, it sucks. Like we literally just got engaged 2 months ago and now he's gone. But we'll make it through. I know we're strong. And yeah, I'm gonna end this vlog now. I'm gonna go to bed. It's been a really long day. I will have another video for you guys next Wednesday. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.